Hi Gemini, welcome to your first half of January 2017 general tarot reading. And before I begin, oops, I'm shuffling cards, falling down here. I just wanted to say something that I've been saying at the beginning of all my other videos, and that is to put these readings in proper perspective. And that means for the general readings, to realize that no one, and I do mean no one, can speak to you personally. Sometimes people have found that it really goes along with what's been happening in their lives. And same thing has happened to me, where I have watched readings from psychics, from astrologers, I'm going to leave out astrology because the transits tend to be more concrete in that area. I find that the tarot readings can be wildly, varying. And I've had some people, and I'm like, oh my God, this person is so amazing. And then other months, it has nothing to do with my life, okay? And I'm not going to say that those people are bad at what they do and it's all like bogus. I caught myself and I thought, well, that's, of course, how could they know, me personally? There's millions and millions of Sagittarians. And so I'm asking the same of you, is that you understand logically that that's not possible, because I do get some of those comments, but also even in private readings, to put everything in proper perspective, not to use any kind of these tools as crutches instead of tools. Which some people do, unfortunately, because they're not feeling empowered. And so they really do believe that they have to hope for good astrological transits or good cards to show up or a psychic to tell them certain things in order for something good to happen. And that is no. That's you abdicating your responsibility as a sovereign soul who is, powerful in your own right. So just use these as tools, not crutches, is the best thing I can say. And I am going to be picking a card from the Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. I've been doing that, and it's been fun. I also ordered the Native Spirit deck. So maybe in my next set of readings, maybe in my love readings, I'll pick one of those cards. We'll see. Of course, I have my Ascended Masters. You can see my other ones. I don't use those very often, but I like the pictures. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Oh, well, remember this is a general reading, so it can encompass any area of your life. But sometimes it seems like one area is more prominent than the other. And I'm trying to think of, this one. I would, it's a mixed bag. I mean, I could say it's more along the lines of your career, because we do have a bunch of pentacles and that can connect with money in the career. But if you're with an earth sign individual, it could be talking about that person. Okay. And that would be a Virgo, Capricorn, or I did it backwards. Well, not really. Or a Taurus individual. But here's the thing. For some reason, some of you, I'm looking at this in terms of your material life. For some reason, some of you are feeling that you don't have enough. You're feeling discouraged and lack consciousness. The number 5 is, I believe, connected to Mercury, which is your ruler. And so it's mercurial, it's changeable. Ups and downs maybe with finances have left you feeling insecure. Now, I believe that this card doesn't necessarily mean that this is actually happening. It can be what's the mindset of the person. But it could be that you're doing something which doesn't seem to have predictable results. So you may be in some kind of a business. Now, for instance, some Gemini people are salespeople, and maybe you get the bulk of your money comes from commissions. And for whatever reason, it's a down period of time, a down month, a down quarter, or whatever they call it. And so you're feeling like a sense of lack. Maybe it's even a new job and it's not panning out, because we have in the past position the moon card. Maybe you were sold a false bill of goods about this. Maybe there's some kind of thing behind the scenes that you haven't been told about. Like for instance, in something like commission, maybe somebody promised you that you were going to make X amount of money. Maybe they're skimming off of the top. Maybe you're a business owner and somebody it's funny, because if I had gotten the 7 of Swords, I would think about somebody actually stealing from somebody else's company. But it could be that they are not representing themselves as they truly are, somebody. Or there's something that needs to come out. And we do have a full moon. So maybe that, oh wow. Okay, check this out, guys. The full moon is in Cancer on the 12th of January. So it fits in this time period. And the second house is your, Cancer is your second house, okay? So that's the house of earned income, okay? Sometimes the full moon can bring endings, and there is a card about this, so it could be an ending of some income stream. This is you going away from conflict. So if you're in a workplace, maybe you don't own a business, maybe you're in a workplace, and there's been a lot of kind of, maybe there's been backstabbing, or somebody is like trying to really, show you up or something, and you're feeling betrayed, I shouldn't say betrayed. You're feeling like it's not a harmonious situation, and the money situation as well may be feeling unstable. But here's the interesting thing about that. The higher message is the King of Pentacles. So either it's saying that you are really astute in business. Maybe you could be your own boss. The king is his own boss. And the king actually, he might even have an empire. He's very powerful. Either you can be doing that, or you could be, telling the boss whatever it is that's going on, if it's something with co-workers, and have the boss resolve it. But I feel like for some people, because of that 6 of Swords, you're going to want to do something yourself. You're going to be seeing the kind of the, what's that word? Futility of whatever it is that you're doing. That there's something that is just not working, and it could be on multiple levels. It could be that you're not getting along with your coworkers, or they're envious of you maybe, and also that, or in some way they're sabotaging you. And in the other sense that financially it's not working out as well either. Now, in terms of personal relationships, this can mean you may have been deceived by someone. I'm thinking, I don't know if Capricorn is the earth sign, because we also have the devil. But I think that if there's a Capricorn person involved, they would actually be a good influence, because I almost see, like, of all the earth signs, Capricorn being the King of Pentacles. And the moon card connects to the sign of Cancer. The moon rules Cancer. But it could just simply refer to a time period when things, where you feel like, especially if, you feel like you're losing a source of income or something like that, and you decide to move on. Maybe it isn't necessarily that you have lost the money. Maybe you have just discovered that you're going to get your hours cut or something along those lines, which naturally diminish the amount of money you're getting. And so, of course, like at Christmas, that seems to be the time around the New Year when these companies do that. But I feel like you're going to want to be leaving that situation regardless of what happens. And the King of Pentacles, as a spiritual message, is saying that you have what it takes to do everything that you're maybe relying on other people to do. So whatever, if you've been working for somebody else, you have the ability to do that for yourself. You have the knowledge. And maybe it's just a matter of being indoctrinated to think that you have to work for somebody else. What crosses you is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles can indicate family money, including inheritances. So we do have a Mercury retrograde. I'm trying to see here. Interesting. This is very interesting because your 8th house, now this is generalized, your 8th house is Capricorn, okay? Your 7th house is the opposite sign of Sagittarius, so your 8th house is Capricorn. The sun is in that house. Mercury goes retrograde in that house in December. So any kind of discussions about inheritances may be haywire. I heard that Mercury will not be, fully back up to speed until late January. It'll still be in a shadow period, but it officially ends on January 8th. So after the first week or 10 days, you might start to see things pick up in that area, but maybe not until the end of the month. And that may be a challenge to you. Maybe that was something that you were hoping for, to start your own gig, and that may be delayed. The other thing, too, is with the challenge of the Ten of Pentacles. It could be a person, an earth sign, who is, as I said before, this could be somebody who is really wreaking havoc on your life and causing you problems. Out of all the three, I would say Virgo. But, that's just because you're both mutable signs and you're ruled by Mercury, too. So maybe during this Mercury retrograde, you're having all kinds of issues with this person. So some of you may be deciding between two people. Maybe you're deciding between a Virgo and a Cancer. I always associate the moon card with Pisces, to tell you the truth, because of what it represents. So maybe it is those two signs. I don't know. And so the Ten of Pentacles in the challenge position could indicate that this person is, not the one, creating problems for you. It could also be if you have a family business that you're being asked to, to work in, and you don't want to. So that I'm sure that happens more times than we know, where you feel this sort of pressure and it's really not something you want to do. So that could possibly be it as well. The advice is the Devil card, and this relates to any kind of addictive tendencies and feeling oppressed, or what would I call it? Just feeling like you must do something for the sake of, whatever that temptation is. So I guess it is like an addiction, right? But I'm trying to give an example. I mean, we know what addiction is. Compulsive behavior, but feeling like you're trapped with this thing. I see this a lot with a career thing of like, being lured by, money. And there's so much money in this reading that could be exactly what's happening, that you're, and I think that the root of it is that Five of Pentacles, that you're feeling like you have to do this because you don't have maybe you feel like there's not enough, and you have that lack consciousness, and so it's causing you to do something that is not in your highest good, and that's causing a ripple effect in your life. For people, being involved with somebody, maybe like a sexual type of a relationship that isn't good emotionally, and yeah, that could be with the Earth sign, because that would be right up their alley. And so maybe with a Taurus person. I know, did I say Taurus when I said Virgo before? Oh gosh. Oh well. In any case, as advice, I guess it would just mean that you have to look at that as seeing, how does that play into the choices that you're making? Are you making wise choices? Or are you making choices based on things on your loins or on your pocketbook? I've been getting these themes over and over again. I just did a reading like that. And the outcome is the Two of Pentacles. So it does suggest some sort of choice. It could be two jobs. One of them may be in a foreign country. And that was, again, I said travel. So some of you, this is another travel card. Some of you may be going overseas for a job. And that certainly is very common these days, isn't it? But whatever it is that you're kind of torn about, ask yourself, what is it that I really want? For some people, I'm not always saying that you should just not take the money. No, because if it's a job that isn't distasteful and that you could actually do and function in, it may be like, it could be something where you could just live very frugally, save as much money as possible, and then you can maybe start your own business or do something else with that money, like buy a house. There could be some really good opportunities, especially, some of these overseas jobs, maybe they pay a lot of money and a lot more than you're getting in your home country. So this card is also about doing two things at once. So it could be about keeping your day job and then doing something on the side and allowing that to build up, not just quitting your day job and then trying to make it on something that may have been a hobby or just that you're doing a very small scale. But keeping both, juggling your finances. The other thing, too, with the Two of Pentacles is choice between partners. So maybe maybe there is a Capricorn and a Virgo. If anybody has a Capricorn and Virgo, or possibly a Cancer person, and those are the two choices, please let me know below, because, sometimes these things seem totally outlandish to me. So anyway, it's not like one of those happily ever after resolved readings, but this is only a 2-week span. So who knows how many of these cards will resonate with you. But yeah, that's interesting. Now I'm going to pick an oracle card. Horus, Cosmic Gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. And, going back to that Five of Pentacles, it is, I would say about thoughts that, when you talk about the law of attraction, thoughts can really, hurt you, hinder you, or help you. What you think about, the things that you believe are true about your life, that's very important. So, let's see here. You're connected to the universe and have the ability to manifest miraculous experiences. Your thoughts, words, and actions are like magnets drawing the energy that creates and cultivates your world. You have a stellar gateway chakra above your head, a vortex of energy that is influenced by your own energy. You can place ideas into this vortex to create what you are seeking. The universe it also offers you guidance, abundance, support, and healing based on your capacity to connect to it and accept it. You have a real opportunity to further that connection now by sending prayers and intentions out into the cosmos. I really like that in light of the Five of Pentacles, because sometimes we get caught in as an air sign, Gemini. You can try sometimes to rely too heavily on your intellect to solve your problems. And, some of the things that I'm talking about here are kind of beyond that, beyond the intellect, the worldly mind, because the intellect, the mind, is all about, this material world. It's not about, just like when people bring up science and they say prove it and, make it into 3D. And so if you're not willing to think of anything beyond the physical dimension, then that greatly narrows any possible, interaction with the divine, with the spiritual dimension. And so you have to rely only on the physical universe. And that, to me, is creating a limitation, which the Five of Pentacles aptly illustrates. So very interesting. I like that addition to the reading. So I hope you enjoyed this, Gemini. If you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have a wonderful new year and first part of January. Bye.